I know that I hurt you. I was a child trying to be a man. I walked out on my only son. I left you in your mother's hands. And now I'm standing right here with tears streaming from my eyes. Your mother is a fireman, and I know I miss some of your life. Wait. Whenever drama happens within this community, you can always find me making a video about it, giving my opinions on the most inconsequential things that overall don't really matter. The particular target of this video is Presfull. Well, I think that's how you say it. I never heard anyone say it out loud. But yeah, this guy happened to have said the N-word in a VC, the dreaded N-word. I gotta stop coming back to the subject matter. People are going to start seeing me as the N-word whisperer. That's right, Presfull came fully loaded with the nigga. Yeah, I'm black. I must remind everybody in the room that I am black. Yeah, so for some reason he said this in a group of individuals and somehow it just slipped out. It's the equivalent of the argument of how you just sucked dick by accident, you know? But today I thought to myself, why not just educate people on what is closeted language versus outdoor language? You see, people probably say the most abhorrent, most insidious, erroneous things when no one else is looking. However, if you use this on common parlance in your everyday interactions, even if it's with a selective few people, it becomes a knee-jerk reaction for how you interact with particular subject matters, comedy, or even punchlines. So no matter how much you would love just to have this for a selective group of people, it becomes force of habit.
Why are you giving yourself an F?
Sorry, force of habit.
You become conditioned to use this subject matter. You become conditioned to use phrase and terminology because that is who you are at the end of the day. I'm sorry for the amount of Timmy Turner clips. I've been binge watching Very Odd Parents as of recently, so you just have to deal with that. But as with any particular drama that has been going on, especially with someone like Presfull, who has found themselves in multitude of controversies that have never been properly addressed, everyone took it upon themselves to take out their grievances with him now. Especially him talking about raping somebody with a baseball bat. What is this guy, Negan?
Well, with all due respect, Mr. Negan, in my line of work, when you're on your knees, they don't give you bubble gum. They give you penis.
But he also flexed his ability to get in contact with another artist online. You know, Lychee, that guy who's kind of like, you know, since Corpse Husband's not uploading, I'm going over there. No, seriously, I think he's a good artist, and no hate my way, by the way. I genuinely think he's pretty talented. But yeah, the person Presfull has always had some weird tendencies, and even during reacting to songs, he constantly mentions how he wants to collaborate with these artists. So a lot of his tendencies kind of seem bizarrely clout chasey. So without further ado, I thought, why interact with these tweets in particular when I can just hear the man himself discuss it in the video? Wait, we have to address something first before we do that. God's the Don, who has a project out now, so you guys should go ahead and check it out. But beyond that, basically express how much he dislikes this individual and how basically people have been telling him this for quite some time. Press basically brings up the fact that they have neurodivergence, and that's an issue. But the problem being here is the reason why most people aren't sympathetic to what's occurring here is because most people have been telling him what's wrong for quite some time, and the repeated offense he's been having within the community shows a inability to even learn or an unwillingness to take into account what's wrong, and the lack of sincerity that comes with somebody who's clearly said this word outside of the community, outside of onlookers, who's clearly said this prior to before, because it's just not in your lexicon to just say the N-word without saying it prior or outside of people who know will take offense to you saying it. And I can't help but side with God's here. You're in a community where a lot of people who don't appreciate the usage of the word by people who aren't black, especially in the way you probably use it in that Discord. I wasn't there. I don't know what type of humor you're using. I'm pretty incapable of being offended for the most part about a lot of topics of this nature, but I won't speak on everyone's behalf about the word and how it should be used. And more importantly, I don't think anyone's bringing up your neurodivergence as a thing that's negative or a part of you that isn't intrinsic, but it feels as though you bring it up here is just looking for sympathy, which is kind of a recurring trend. If you look at a lot of his tweets, it feels as though he's groveling for sympathy every time he's fucked up in any capacity. Now that we've discussed that tweet, Press has decided to make a video devoted to the audience, the public at large. This is his address to the state, and I'll be interspersing some of my commentary as a reaction to what he had to say about the subject matter. Maybe this will be the video that redeems him. Only way to find out is to delve into it now.
I need to say this fast so I can upload this to you to Twitter. Sorry. Me saying the N-word, I was talking really fast. I was really excited, and I wanted to end a word, something like blah 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 blah, bitch. You know, not I wasn't insulting or roasting someone. I was just excited, like yeah, blah 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 blah, bitch. You know, the N-word was not in my head. It was not in my thoughts, and out it came, and there it freaking was. And I'm more shocked than any of you that I said it. I swear on my fucking life.
This guy must really think he's Maximilian.
The Chinder Check!
No. The N-word and bitch are so drastically different in the pronunciation you couldn't feasibly land on there. Starting off an apology and addressed everyone by being so insincere as to how you clearly landed on a word that you obviously use outside of these confines isn't a good look.
On a reaction video, I showed myself in the video telling Lychee in his Twitter, in his Discord DM, that, you know, what he did on the Hollis CG track I was reacting to was so amazing. He was upset that I basically used him as a party trick, like, hey, look who I can DM, look who I know. Never intended that at all, but I understand that that is basically what I did, and I'm going to take responsibility and own up for that. I'm in the wrong for that. I'm in the wrong for dropping the N-word.
My question then becomes, why are you apologizing for it if you don't really believe that was the intention behind it? I mean, most people do reactions to people's music all the time, but nobody feels the need to show that they have the capabilities to DM the person directly and say they enjoy the music. Not even some of the biggest channels. Internet City doesn't do this.
Say nah, cause you.
So why did you do it? I don't know, that just makes me question your intentions. It just raises too many questions.
Lychee Boy server making incredibly inappropriate remarks that I was just trying to get people to laugh. I was trying to go for shock value. I have a tendency where I'm filterless and I just kind of fly off the handle and just say some wild shit, but I never mean anything by it. But when people get made uncomfortable of it, I never meant to, and I'm really sorry to anyone I made uncomfortable. I'm not trying to have there be any excuses either. I really fucked up. I should not have made anyone uncomfortable, but I wasn't trying to be malicious. I wasn't trying to be creepy or sinister. I was just trying to have some fun with some people. And I know that's not how it came across. And I know what I did, and I know that the things I said was wrong and just, yeah, fucking disturbing. I'm really sorry about that. Yeah, that's the situation with Lychee Boy server.
I'm not quite sure why you're so vague about what you actually said. You talked about sexually assaulting someone with a baseball bat. Now, granted, could there be instances in where this humor could be appropriate? Sure, but I would probably make sure that the person I'm joking with is certainly okay with that type of humor versus just saying it out of nowhere and I'm being a complete stranger with that particular person and we're not cool on that level. Yeah, that's no good either.
Pedophile, I admitted to a really close friend of mine that when I look at minors or pictures of minors, I get impure and dark thoughts.
Sir, I'm not sure if you're aware, but that's the definition of being a pedophile.
I do not wish to have them. I just end up having them, and I always tell them the fuck right off because that's not me, that's not who I am. That is what Savvy is referring to. I couldn't view a text channel because there would be images of minors, and the close friend that I said this to didn't want me having impure thoughts looking at, you know, their kids or, you know, just anyone's kids. It was mostly just a principle thing. I was no threat, no danger to anything. I haven't been, and I never will be. That's just the way it is with that.
Call the police.
I beg your motherfucking pardon. I beg your motherfucking pardon. He really just said, I'm just accidentally a pedophile, so there's nothing to be concerned with, guys. Just make sure you don't have any pictures of your youngins around me, or I might have sexual thoughts about them. And that's where the video ends. I can see why you deleted this, and that's why the quality of this particular video was bad. But yeah, I don't have any overarching message to imbue on the audience. This guy's just fucked. If you're going to take accountability, be transparent, be honest about what you're doing, and be honest about the motivations behind your actions. Most of this just comes across as completely insincere, and that's basically due to you pretending as though the N-word just manifests out of nowhere, or that you're just having these impure thoughts about children and you're not pedophilic in nature and you're not a pedophile, or the type of jokes you're making and not even being honest about the context of what you said. All in all, I think this is a garbage apology and no one should forgive you. But that's it for me, Android Ari, the internet nobody, and I'll see you on a lighter note.